Okay, so is copper the new gold? No, it's not. It's not necessarily. Gold will always be a precious metal. It'll always be high in value. But copper is going to have an interesting future. It's going to be quite integral in the building of electric vehicles, and it's going to be quite integral in use of cleaner energy in the future. So already it's worth more than what you would get in a coin, for example. So at the moment, a copper 2p is worth 3p. So that gives you an idea of what's happening with copper. It's estimated that by 2030 the price of copper could go up quite substantially. So the reason for this video is not to advise anyone to make any crazy investments. I wouldn't ever advise anyone to do that. Maisie's decided to drink half her water bowl while I'm talking. However, what I would say is the little 2p's and pennies that you find, if I was you, I would start keeping them, because you just never know what 2030 is now almost 6 years away. You never know what's going to happen. And at the moment there's a lot of problems with electric vehicles and with renewable energy, etc, etc, but it is in progress. And these pennies and 2p, they're what we have in our change. You don't have to be doing any investment, maybe just keep them. So what you're looking for is pre-1992, because that's when they were copper. Anything after that isn't copper. Now copper isn't magnetic, so the copper is not magnetic. So for example, that one is magnetic, so that's a 2000, that's magnetic, that's magnetic. So you're looking for the coins that are not magnetic. Copper is not magnetic. Okay. Get rid of these. So let's get rid of what we can. Oh, there's a penny there. I can put that on my penny shelf. Oh, there's another one. It's a bit rough though. So all of these are copper. Now these are currently worth, apparently, supposedly 3p when they're 2p. I have approached a metal scrap dealer to ask if they would take copper pennies and 2p, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. I know you need to set up an account, it needs to all be legal, you can't trade in cash, it has to be in your bank account. But I'm just wondering, if I do start copper stacking, what I can do with it as the end result. Can I take it to a metal dealership and they can melt it down, or what would I end up doing with it? But these are all copper. So this one, for example, is, what is that? That is 1980. So you can see that anything pre-1992, 1988, so anything pre-1992 is copper. Right, at the car boot sale the other day, there was a copper bar. I think it was really heavy, it looked like a gold bar. I don't know how many ounces it was now, but it was £25, and he says it's worth £25. and I was really enamoured with it. I thought I could use it as a paperweight, and I was going to buy it. And then I went home, I thought about it, and I thought, do you know what? The amount of 2p's and pennies you can find on the floor, the amount you get in your change, I could probably just copper stack. So this is hence what this video is about. But the price of copper is going up, and it is going to be something for the future. Right, let's just go along, pick up anything that's magnetic. Okay, so I think I've got, oh, that won't go on my penny shelf, that is really gross. Okay, so all of these should be oh, see, that one's 1998. That's interesting. That's 1998. And that's not magnetic. I'll have to look that up. All the rest should be V1992. Why that 1998 is non-magnetic. Okay, let's just double. Oh, it's weird. Okay, so this is my copper stack so far. I'm going to look up this 1998 one. I'm not entirely sure why that's not magnetic. Does it definitely say 1998? Hmm. Tell you what, that might be quite an interesting research, because that's definitely copper. If I find anything on that, I'll put that in around here as a screenshot. But yes, this is my copper stack so far. What I'm going to do is go to Arcades and change up money into 2p's. You know, you have the 2p machines that push forward. I forget what you call them now. So yeah, I'm going to go to Arcades and change up money and try and get a real good copper stack, so I'll take you along with me. But it's worth having a look at, and as I say, I'm not saying to anyone invest at all, because it's such a volatile market, but there is something very satisfying about keeping all the copper that you find in your change, and maybe those pennies and 2p's you find on the floor will be a little bit more desirable from now on. And as I say, the goal is about 2030 for copper to really start to come into its own. So yeah, I hope this video is of interest to you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.